Hey guys, Sandy here, and I have my Citrus Twist kit for the month of March, and I've also added a few of my own things that I had purchased from this kit. So here we are, seeing what I can do. Now, I really liked this paper because it totally, I'm sure this is what it is supposed to be, but it totally looks like you're looking down from an airplane and you're seeing the fields. So I wanted this paper to really shine through and not cover up a lot of it, but I liked layers, so I decided to go with this vellum. And then that way it does add that extra layer. It adds that little extra bit of something, and then sure enough you can still see that great background paper. So I did just put some adhesive where I knew it was going to be covered up because I don't want that adhesive peeking out of the vellum so that you can see it. Now, this die cut is probably one of my favorite die cuts in this collection from Crate Paper. I love that it's airplane windows, and I love that there are 3 scenes. Like, it just made me ridiculously happy. So that and the yellow from this kit, I am just in love with it. And I loved this kit so much, and I try not to get this because it doesn't do me any good for using my supplies, but sometimes you just love a kit so much and you love the supplies so much that you're afraid to break into them. Not really afraid, but you're like, oh, they're so pretty. Like, what, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go with this. So I eventually did figure it out because I think after I did this layout, I just put my iPad to the side and I just scrapbooked, and I think I did like 4 or 5 more layouts with this kit. So I finished up this trip, and I even used it for birthday layouts. Now, I really wish I would have recorded those, but I didn't. So when I do my Kill a Kit and layout review at the end of the month after I'm finished with it, I'll show you those then. But I gotta say, loved this. Now, I thought I was gonna bannerize like both sides of this, but I didn't like it. It didn't go for me, I guess. I was not pleased. So I decided to trim off the one banner and just go ahead and do it here on the one side. And then I thought, you know what? This vellum should have a banner as well. And one of my favorite things about my craft mat that I have here, and it is old and it has been used and abused and it's stained. No matter what I do, some of the stuff does not come off of it. It is great for lining up things. Like, just to have it right there and not have to pull out a ruler or a centering ruler or anything like that. It's perfect. And I like that it is pale, a nice pale pink. Now on the other side of it, lime green like that. Lime green on those orange and green Fisker scissors. So it's pretty wild. Now, I really wanted to use this die cut, and I figured, you know what? I'm just going to layer it up in there because that's where I want it to go. And then that Travel Life circle nestled really great in between the 2 continents right there. So I was like, yes. And because this is a Vegas trip, I am going to mark something in the general area of where Vegas is on the map there. But we'll get to that in a second because I have other things I need to do. So I'm thinking this layout, it's really flat, it's really simple, there's not a whole lot of embellishment going on, but I really, like, I don't know what it is about this background paper, but I really just love it, so I don't want to cover up so much of it. Now that is my thickers and stickers trick that I like to do. I just trim off the very edge of the plastic there on the package and leave the top portion intact, and then I store my stickers and thickers horizontally, and that way I don't have to worry about opening and closing them and getting them to insert back into their package. So much easier this way, like so much easier. So I'm thinking that I wanted to add this little airplane from the sticker sheet because it matched greatly, but no, it wasn't working, and I tried the banner out and that wasn't working. Now, I didn't push that banner down hard on the layout, so it was easy for me to move it around. Later on, when I was scrapbooking another layout, I accidentally pushed the banner down on the photo a little too hard, and guess what? It got stuck, so that banner stayed. But on this one, didn't even have it. And I'm just enjoying like looking at these products. I just really enjoy them. I do scrapbook a lot of airplane photos, but I just love it. So it worked for me. If you find something you love and it just works for you, then just do it. I mean, even if it does give you that moment of paralyzing, irrational thought where you love the supplies so much you can't stick them down, just do it. Because, like I said, once I got through this first layout, they were just flying, and I was loving all of them and having a great, great time. And I'm just trying to figure out what ones of these stickers I want to use. Do I want to go with black? Do I want to go with white? I'm trying to think of what's going on. And I gotta tell you, I hate the term vacay. It drives me insane. I have no reason for it other than I just don't like it. I don't know what it is about it. It's just something that just like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. So that VA is going to be used on a Virgin America layout because obviously we fly Virgin America a lot, which is really sad because now it's not going to be Virgin America. It's Alaska, which is going to be amazing. I'm just going to miss Virgin America as a name. So that VA is going to be on there. And then the CAY, I'm actually going to save for a cruise because we plan on going on a Disney cruise, and the Disney cruises go to Castaway Cay. So I'm going to use that CAY for part of a title, and I'll just have to figure out Castaway and another font or something. So that'll be great. Now, I felt like I needed something up here on the top, and I don't always feel this way. Like, I'm not always thinking I need something to balance it out, but I wanted another pop of yellow because I had the yellow going on as a matte on the picture, and then I have that yellow Travel Life, and then there is a little bit of yellow in the airplane window right there, but to me it reads as together with the matte of the photo. So I felt like I needed one more pop of yellow. I didn't feel like I really had enough space down at the bottom, so I decided to go up to the top. And I like what happened here. I just cut off that little bit of the adventure, and really liked that. I decided to bring some of that black up there as well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a geotag. Now this is a Brad geotag that I just pulled the tines off of and used some pop dots for adhesive, and that works up there pretty good. And I just have to arrange that sticker just a little bit so that it doesn't cover up too much of the letters so you can't really read I love this place. And I thought that that was appropriate because we were in Main Cabin Select, flying back home, so that meant free movies and free food and free drinks, so that was super exciting. Now I decided to go ahead and pop up the little yellow circle just a little bit. I figured since I wasn't completely flat anymore, I had that geotag up there and that was metal and definitely adding some texture to the page. I needed to add a little bit more lift here as well. And these pink fresh hearts, I love them. They're so awesome. I love the epoxy hearts, and I love how they're different sizes and shapes of hearts, so that was cool. Now this Citrus Twist cut apart sheet actually feels a little bit flimsier than normal, like it's printed on different paper. So I went ahead and trimmed out this little red banner thing that says Go Now. And I'm just going to layer that up there in this little cluster that I've created. And I decided that it was completely okay to add that little pop of orange because of the photo has that reddy orange kind of look to it. So it worked well for me. And then I'm thinking that I need to jazz up this pink banner just a little bit. Like I need to add a little bit more. So I'm going back to the cut apart sheet, which really is thinner this time. I'm not sure if this is like a 1 month thing or they're changing the thickness of their cut apart sheets, but it's definitely thinner. And Interestingly enough, there were not as many labels as there usually are on the cut apart sheet. And when I first saw it, I thought that that was going to be a disappointment, but I actually think I've used more of the cut apart sheet this time than I have recently. Now I grabbed my Creative Memory Circle Punch, which is a super bummer because they aren't selling them right now. I really wish they were because I think that the Creative Memory Circle Punches are pretty amazing. They are just great. So I went ahead and punched that out, and then I'm going to layer it over here on top of this happening banner. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here, and it is in the back of my mind that I'm kind of creating some trap space between Getaway and the airplane windows, but you know, you can get out. So like you can get out. I'm not going to completely close that area off, so it's not completely trapped. It's just kind of shuttered a little bit. It's just not trapped, right? So we're going to go ahead and figure out what hearts I'm going to place on here. And I really was thinking about layering those two hearts together because I liked the look of it. But I just decided against it. I was like, no. But I did decide to add that little black heart up there to Travel Life. I'm not exactly sure why, but it made me ridiculously happy to see it there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give this a final look and some final adhesive down there. And I think that that's going to do it for this layout. I'm going to take a minute to look at it and push things down and then flip through the last little bit. But I do believe that this is it for me. Oh, I do pull out the chipboard. I had purchased the chipboard separately when I had seen this kit come out. And I do add that little arrow. I think that might be the only thing I add. Oh no, enamel dots. What am I saying? See, I put that enamel dot right over kind of where Vegas is, right? Because that's where we were traveling from. And I decided to add some more of these enamel dots. Now these are Freckled Fawn enamel dots, and they are not consistent in their colors. I'm not sure if it was an oops batch or what, but they aren't exactly the same shade. But I'm using them on this layout anyway. And I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle them around and get them down where I want them to. And I'm like, nope, he's going to go back. But we'll move this little guy up there. No, we won't. I just can't decide where that enamel dot wants to go. All right, I believe I'm finished now. Am I doing something else? What are you doing, Sandy? Why am I looking? What am I doing? Oh, you know what? I am shaking up my mist. I'm going to add a little bit of mist. And it's going to be black. It's going to be the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Black Velvet. And I'm not doing a whole bunch, just a little splattering. And then I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off the photo because while sometimes I like missing my photos, now is not the time. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching and listening to me ramble, and I'll catch you guys later.